Today, most people's perception of sweet wines are $10 Moscatos or the sickeningly sweet stuff your grandmother drinks at Christmas time. Admittedly, we used to be one of them. But we've learned that some of the finest and most interesting wines in the world are sweet. You might be surprised to know that in the not-so-distant past, sweet wines were more preferred to dry wines and were served as part of the main meal. Nowadays, sweet wines are relegated to the end of the meal and paired with desserts. But personally, we would rather have coffee or tea, unless we feel the insatiable urge to give ourselves a nauseating sugar high. In this episode, we show you some quality sweet wines and savory food pairings you need to try. Let's go! La Hora de Vermouth. In Spain, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. is La Hora de Vermouth, or simply Vermouth Hour. At this time, it is customary to have a glass of vermouth with some pickled items as an aperitif before lunch. Red vermouth is a white wine that is fortified and mixed with caramel and botanicals. The result is a sweet and complex flavored beverage with high alcohol. You can serve it neat or with ice and a slice of citrus such as lemon or orange. When eaten together, the contrast between the sweetness of the vermouth and the acidity and saltiness of the pickled items is simply fantastic. One glass and a couple of skewers before lunch will really whet your appetite. 2 glasses and you'll be ready for a siesta. Sauternes and roast dinner. Sauternes is a type of wine made in Bordeaux, France, from Semillon grapes that have been infected by a disease called noble rot. The disease causes a loss of water in the grapes, concentrating flavors and sugars. The result is a sweet wine with distinctive flavors of tropical fruits and honey. Due to the incredibly difficult process of making these wines, Sauternes can be quite pricey. However, there are New World wines that are made in the same style that are less expensive. These wines will be labeled Botrytis Semillon as they are prohibited from using the name Sauternes. These days, Sauternes is commonly paired with foie gras and blue cheese, but in Bordeaux where it originated, it traditionally accompanied the familial roast dinners. We put this to the test with a takeaway roast chicken, and we can confirm that this is indeed a very enjoyable combination. A sip of the sweet fruity wine between mouthfuls of roast chicken has the same pleasurable effect as cranberry sauce on Thanksgiving turkey, but much more luxurious. Gewurztraminer and Thai food. We recently celebrated my dad's birthday with some Thai food at their place. Thai dishes are typically sweet and spicy, which makes wine pairing quite challenging. Sugar and capsaicin in food can make wine taste acidic and bitter. Thus, you need a wine that is fruity with some sweetness. For the occasion, we brought a bottle of Gewurztraminer from Alsace, France. Gewurztraminer is a grape varietal that has flavors of lychee and rose and usually made with some residual sugars. The chilled, slightly sweet wine provides soothing relief from the heat of the food. And of course, lychee flavor is not unfamiliar in Southeast Asia. Tawny port with cheese and crackers. Port is a sweet red wine that originated from Douro, Portugal. The wine is fortified with the local brandy to prolong its storage life for shipping, but the addition of alcohol also stops fermentation, leaving a higher level of unfermented sugar, making the wine sweet. Tawny port is allowed to oxidize, giving it the tawny color. It tastes of dried fruit and nuts, which is reminiscent of fruitcake or rum and raisin. If you know your food, you can imagine that this will taste great with a cheese plate. Ours consisted of blue cheese, smoked almonds, chicken liver pate, cheddar, and crackers. This is perfect for winding down in front of a fireplace, or in our case, Netflix. There are several more examples of fantastic sweet wines around the world. We hope we have triggered your curiosity and you give these a try. The more open we are to trying new flavors and experiences, the bigger and more exciting our world becomes. Until next time, salud!